Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the iRacing AI series here today. We're going into Pocono and the Red Bull Ring, or sorry, the opposite way around. The Red Bull Ring and Pocono. It's gonna be 50 laps at the Red Bull Ring, and then 84 laps at Pocono. And let's get on into it. And everybody's still equal 50%. And if you need a reminder, this is how it's set up for every driver. There you go. And let's get on into it. Launch sim. And then that reminds me, let me go back to this while it's loading up. Your points leader is Tony Stewart over Kyle Lingerfelt, Todd Benine, Harvick, Dale Jarrett, Cal Petty, Michael Waltrip, Ricky Red, and Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin. Tony Stewart will be on with today for the qualifying lap here at. Oh, while we wait for it to load for the qualifying laps. So let's get on into it. And then the only thing I did change, I forgot to mention, is I had them at like 50% fuel. I changed it to 75% fuel because I feel like the runs were a little too short. So for most tracks. So we changed that. That's the only difference. And then we'll go find the 20 of Tony. We'll be watching his qualifying laps. And here we go. This is your points leader going into the Red Bull Ring. Let's see what Tony can do here. I'm going to fair warn everybody. There probably won't be too much passing here, so qualifying does matter here at the Red Bull Ring. I thought it was going to be a good track for them to be on, and then I did the testing, and I'm like, well, I already made the schedule. We're just going to roll with it. Ding, ding, ding. While he does that, let's change our Cause if not, it won't let me grid if I don't do this. Hey, and Tony's now just gonna start his lap. As is everybody else. Put that back there. That's just. Whatever. Tony now heading into turn 4 here. Alright, for lap 1 of quali, Matthew Hubert, Kenseth. So everybody's times are coming in, and Kenseth had a 1:39.32 over Matthew Hubert's 1:31.012. About a tenth back. Tony got 9th, your points leader. And I'll have one more lap to get it done here for the pole. Let's see what they can do. And Jeff Green the last. Like I said, you want to qualify good here. It's hard to pass at the Red Bull Ring. So hopefully your AI will improve. Coming through 7 and 8 now, heading to turn 9 for Tony Stewart now. It's the final 2 turns of the 10-turn course here. Turn 9. Hopefully Tony doesn't get too high. Looks like he's doing okay. Through the final turn here. Maybe a little wide for Tony there. Nowhere to line. Markle to first. Tony falls 15th. Kenseth, Hubert, Smith, Kurt Busch, your top 5. And that is it for qualifying. Markle takes pole with a 1:30.877. Let's get on into the race. Watch my AI get pole like it did and then blow the race lead. I just have a feeling. Let's find the 42 up front. As the paint's all loaded.
Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Alright, man, we gotta line up on the left side here. Everyone's
like
gridded. Pit road is closed.
Alright, pace car is rolling. You got 50 laps here today. So I'm thinking 1 or 2 stops. If it's 19, so they might be able to go like 18. It might be 3 stoppers. We'll see. What do we think? TV1 or TV2? That's TV2. That's TV1. TV1's still fine. It's a long pace lap. I wish they would let you do shorter pace laps with the AI, but they don't. They do not. "20 real-life drivers versus 20 signed-up drivers. Who's gonna come out on top here at the Red Bull Ring? We will see." I said qualifying's usually pretty good here, so I'm confident I might actually get a good finish for once on an AI thing, as I somehow managed to get a pole. But we will see. I think Tony Stewart, the points leader, ended up starting 15th, so this could definitely shake up the points quite a bit. We had Mark Martin as the points leader after race 1, then Tony Stewart, who's starting 15th. Will it change again? I think Matt Kenseth up here in second is second place in points. So this could be a great race for the 17. We'll have to wait and see now. I gotta watch for yellows here if there is any, because I don't think iRacing calls yellows on a road course. It's right there if I need it. Okay, I didn't want that to happen. Okay, I don't want that to be that big. Jesus. Pace car is off, and they come off a turn number 10 down the front straight, and
Green,
Merkel
green,
gets
green.
a huge jump ahead of Matt Kenseth. Matthew Huber, though, trying to get up in a second to the inside of the 17 here in turn 1. As the 42 pulls away, the 17, though, looks like they get a good run off of turn 1. And it looks like Matt Kenseth will clear the 11. Now Huber hangs it back into third as they get all single file up front. Now we go back to the 31 and 3 of Jeff Burton and Bowen Adams battling back here. Jeff Burton now to the inside of the 3 car. What can he do going up here to turn number 4 as the 07 of Dave Blaney is trying to pass Mike Bliss in the 0 up ahead. It looks like Jeff Burton will get that spot. Mike Bliss and Dave Blaney now battling up here. Like Jack Daniels' car and the Best Buy Chevrolets battling it out. Looks like Mike Bliss will have it no well. Dave Blaney fighting tough on the outside up here. But Mike Bliss now falling back is going to allow the 99 of Michelle Hodak to maybe get to him. Not quite, as the top 5 pull away now. And we'll go back here. Looks like the 3 is now coming back to Jeff Burton. Or is they going to allow Dan Park the 9 to get to him? But Michael Waltrip to the inside of the 9. Back here. Michael Waltrip now side by side with Dan Park. Park gets shoved off to the side a little bit. And it looks like he will get in line now. Kyle Petty maybe looking to the inside here of the 9 in turn number 1. What can Kyle Petty do? One's off in the grass back there. We might have a yellow. Let me go back. Let's go see what happened to Connor. Is this a yellow? Yep, he was definitely stopped. We're going to call that. Hello?
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And Colin Cropley had problems. And yep, he went for a spin, got shoved out, or he hit the 18, sorry. Of, who is that? The 18 of Ben Park, he hit him. Puts him out the outside, and Ben Park comes back on track, gets it to the 24, and around goes the 24 car. Cropley, he is going to get back up to the field, and we're going to see who does or doesn't pit here as they come around to the pace car here. Hey Dan, how's it going? I'm surprised you're up right now, and it looks like the stream is crashing, so I'm sorry about that. But how's it going, Dan? How are you? We are under our first yellow, surprisingly, in the road course. We had a spin. I did throw the yellow, right? Okay. And it was a long day at work. Long day at work. Now we're doing some AI racing. Gonna get a Coke as we're under yellow here. Coca-Cola. Cherry Coke. To be honest with you, I don't remember since it was a couple days ago. Um, Probably about as good as race 1 went at the Rock. So, hopefully you're doing, hopefully you do a little bit better here. Your brother just spun the 24 at the 24 push him wide, so that's interesting. Didn't think we were actually going to have something happen here at this race, but we did. And now we're waiting to see if anybody pits here. And we might actually have a slow car for once. We know the 24 has quite a bit of damage. With Cropley. And he's got front end damage from that contact with the 18 of your brother. And Dan, you are currently 12th. So you're actually having a decent run here as we just started this race. Now, does anybody pit this time? I'm hoping it's only 2 pace laps. If not, these cautions are going to take forever. Does anybody pit here? Does not look like it. At least up front, nobody does. I assume the 24 will pit. And the back half of the field pit, so that could be an interesting strategy going in. We knew Cropley was going to pit. I wonder if your brother in the 18 pit or not. Doesn't look like he did. Nope, the 18 definitely did not pit, even getting into the 24. Interesting. It doesn't look like the 18 has damage, so. We got, what, 6, 7 cars in pit road? Hopefully the 24 gets all of his damage fixed, and we'll go from there. As we have, I think, one more pace lap after this lap. I just realized the 2 tracks I have going tonight, this and Pocono, if there's yellows, they're going to take forever on both tracks. But we do get to see another restart. Nobody in the top 5 has moved spots, but Dave Blaney has moved up 2 up to 6. So he's trying to make a charge up to the front. Alright, Dan, we'll see. I might change it for the next stream and go from there. I don't think it affects it, but I'll have to try it later. But we could do that. And Connor, looks like you got all, or sorry, Connor, Colin Cropley got all the damage fixed in the 24, and he is now currently catching back up to the field. As you see on the mini map, he is in turn 4 as they're in turns 9 and 10. And we should be going green this next lap. I saw. It looks nice. But you got the Mountain Dew car. Alright, we're on the lap 5, 45 laps to go here. We'll be going green this next time back. This is the only problem iRacing versus NR in this, is that you can't fast forward. Why is Hodak leaving space behind me? I feel like the 11's leaving a lot of space. Does he have damage? No, I think that's just the way the cars are. Probably looks like he's finally catching back up to the field as he's out of turn 3 now. We probably will see him in this shot. Yep, he's right there. Got the damage fixed and stayed on lead lap, I think. That's good for the 24. He has a chance to make some spots up then. And for some reason, the 11 is still sad restarting on the outside. It could be okay here. All you have to do is get the run off the corner. And it seems like sometimes that's better here at the road courses. I don't understand why the 11 is so far back from me. He's supposed to be starting fourth. We're waiting for the pace car to come off pit, or go on the pit lane here. Off the track. Pace car is back off. And it looks like they're already green. Merkel gets a huge jump.
Green, green, green.
Huber actually gets up in a second over Kenseth. But they are battling for second place at the moment. I don't know what happened to that outside line, but Devin Smith did not go. Kenseth, however, he got clear of the 11. He's trying to attack the 42 right away here. Can Kenseth get up there and make a move? Well, look here. Kenseth trying to go to the outside of the 42. He's not quite there yet. Supposed to go back. Mike Bliss trying to make up some spots. Trying to go around Kurt Busch right now for fourth. Kurt Busch now has the 0 on Mike Bliss to the outside there. Or inside, sorry. And Mike Bliss clears the 97 with these right there. I'll go back a little bit now. Next battle. Oh, Burton got in line. Looks like maybe the 9 here of Dan Park trying to get around Mark Martin. It didn't work. I blame Devin Smith. His card did not go. And wow, look at, what was that, the 25 right there? Sliding behind the 9 of Dan Park there. And they all got single file for the moment back here. Same with up front. I know this corner they get a little loose sometimes. But it looks like Kenseth might have something for the 42 if he can get there. He's like right at the back bumper in the 42. 42's going defensive into the front turn. The first turn. Will this allow the 17 to get a run off? I lost 5 spots. Hey, you're still top half the field, Dan. Gotta be consistent. Finish top half. Maybe you'll win the championship. I think Kenseth's the second in points, so this is gonna hurt a lot of people here with him being second and actually battling for the win. And nobody's able to get to the 42 quite yet. Kenseth is there. I don't think he's going to get there though, but Kyle Petty now to the inside of Michael Waltrip, trying to get up into 7th. It looks like Kyle Petty's going to actually be able to get it done. This might allow the 40 of Jacob Provost right behind him to get a chance to get there. The 40 couldn't get it done though. Now they're all stacked up behind the 45 and 15. Anybody battling back here? This is the problem though with this check. Oh, got a little bit back here. Looks like Emerson in the 48 is trying to go around the outside of the 33 of Devin Smith. Or sorry, Devin Zimmerman. But Christian Bracken got around him. Emerson now falls back in between him and Joshua Elliott or Malenko. Pitt, he's up to 30th, so he's gotten around a couple people. Maybe the 7. Hopefully that strategy will work out for them. Cropley, who got damage all the way back in last still. I thought I saw someone pull out up front, but it doesn't look like it. Basically, I think it's a waiting game till pit stops now. And we're going to put it on to most exciting. Let it go. which is probably going to be the back half of the field here. As Harvard just trying to get around Lingerfeld. Or sorry, that's Todd Bodine he's side by side with. Harvick now still side by side with Todd. Can he get around? And then we go up to Hodak for a second, who's getting closer to Tony Stewart. The points leader has moved up into 11th, so that's not good for everybody. Now we're in the Conga line at a road course. Conga. Mark Martin trying to get up to Dave Blaney there. Or sorry, to the one of Jesse Adams. There's nothing going on. It is a train of cars. I had a feeling this was going to happen on a road course. Penz is still about 5/10 behind Merkel. Now pit stops can really hurt some drivers though, but we'll see how that ends up going when they get there. They got about 10 laps till that, I think. I think it was like lap 19 they'll be pitting, lap 18. Now we gotta pass Gavin Wintermute trying to go around Lingerfelt in the 12, or maybe the 12 trying to go around him because he has pressure tires. Why did it get off of that? I am gonna, okay, leave it to me. I like watch the one battle going on. That's probably because Lingerfelt has pressure tires in the 21, so he's just trying to get a move on. But now here comes Todd Bodine trying to get around him. Can't quite get anything done there. They're starting to get more spread out up front. Well, look at the three of Bowen Adams trying to get to Dave Blaney in front of him. Well, Dan, I don't think you're going to lose 17th until pit stops. Hopefully you'll gain some through that. As far as these turns don't make people like get closer together. Cropley though, is probably the biggest loser of the day, getting spun back in last now. He's hoping to maybe hop some people on being able to pit there early on and fix his damage. So in theory, these guys might be able to make it on a one stop. No, not yet. They can only make it 20. Yeah, they still have to make a two step. But they will be able to go 4 laps further. I don't know if that's going to help these guys or not, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. Everybody's off the track here in this final turn. This one, yeah, nobody's going to pass it. This is going to piss me off that I put this car in the schedule. Try, oh, Joshua about, or well, Malenko get around the 48 of Emerson. He's looking to the inside of the 48, and he can't quite do anything. God damn it. They are on the longest run of the day, so. Go back up here. Let's go on board with the 40 of Jacob Provost. Where's the cockpit? We'll do a lap with him for a whole lap this next time by. As he tries to chase down the 15 of Michael Walker. Mike Bliss got up to 4th, I see. That's right, he got cart push on the beginning of the run, I forgot about that. I don't know why frames are dropping here and there, so I'm just trying to watch it. Looks like we're still good. As we watch Jacob still try to catch up to Waltrip here. The conga line is going strong. Hoping this gives me hope that they'll do a little bit better at Pocono. We'll see what happens. They really go off the track there. Every time. That's gonna be a full lap here with the 40. They're definitely just getting spread out up front. No tire wear to be seen anywhere. The conga line is real. Conga. Should have had that graphic what the lap times are compared to each other. We'll just sit with Kenseth now as he tries to chase down the 42. Well, at least this race will finish quick with this being like this. Jarrett is still where he started. Jeff Green's gained 2, Harvick has lost 2. Todd Bodine has lost or stayed the same. Evans lost 3. Lingerfeld has gained 3. Biffle gained 1. Ben Park has lost 6. Malincone 7 is up 7. Emerson has stayed the same. Christian Bracken lost 1. Devin Zimmerman lost 5. Kenny Wallace lost 5. Voiles lost 2. Travis Kvapil up 4. 26 is up 9. I think that is the biggest mover of the race, up into 23rd. Casey Kane up 8. Angel Gutierrez is down 1 to 21st. Bill Elliott is up 6 spots so far here today. Rusty Wallace is up down 1. Ricky Rudd down 5. Dan Park down 5. Mark Martin up 3. Jesse Adams up 2. Bowen Adams has lost 4. Dave Blaney lost 5. Blaney, he was up into the top 10. Don't know when he lost spots again. Bowen Adams, or Mitchell Hudak, lost 5. Tony Stewart has gained 4. Devin Smith has lost 6. Jacob in the 40 has gained 7. Mike Waltrip gained 3. Cal Petty has gained 7. Jeff Burton has gained 3. Kurt Busch is still 5th. Mike Bliss has gained spots up to the 4th. And the top 3 are still the same. As the conga line is real at the Red Bull Ring. Dan, are you still here? Got a question for you. Or not a question. So I was thinking, if I had more people who, like, out of the 19 people that signed up, if everybody was active and whatnot, I would let you guys who are, actually signed up for cars, build your cars, or, like, I give points out and you can add points to the car or something like that. But unless I knew everybody was going to do that to keep it fair, I keep all the AIs equal, which in turns for road courses specifically, I think is why the road courses are like this. So unless I can find a way to get everybody to be active with this, we're probably not going to do that. But I need thoughts. It would be. Now, if I had more than 1 or 2 people, like, actually, like, if I do the streams every other day, like, you can add points to the cars after every 2 races, and I do, like, a stream every other day, or every, yeah, like, every other day or something like that, or whenever I feel like doing the streams, because sometimes I might want to do it every 2 days or something. Unless we can get a couple of the people who signed up to do it, I probably wouldn't. Oh, the 11 pit there. I saw that. Pitting lap 16. So here goes the pit stops. When will the 42 pit though? That's the big question. When will the 17 and 0 pit? The 11 from 3rd pits first though, so trying to jump the front 2. It looks like, so Hubert in the 11 and Kurt Busch in the 97 of both pit. But look how far Kurt Busch came up behind the 11. I'm curious to see what their, Kurt Busch had a 31-second stop compared to Hubert's 30, so he lost a whole second. A 42 has led the whole race here. Will anybody stay out this time? 42 pits. What about Kenseth? Kenseth does. Looks like the rest of them are going to pit this time. Damn, everybody just pitting up. Dan stays out one more lap. And it looks like Angel Gutierrez stays out. Kenny Wallace stays out. So there is a couple different strategies. Now, you don't want to run out of fuel here. It looks like top 10 stayed out. Top 3 are going as long as they can. We know the 7, the 12, 54, and the other couple can go another 4 laps beyond like Dan and Angel here and Kenny Wallace. Well, Dan, you at least get a lap led with me pitting. And Dan should be pitting this time, and he does. Does Angel pit? Angel Gutierrez does pit. Kenny Wallace should also. That should leave the 7. No, Joshua Malika stays out. Lingerfeld stays out. He says he can go farther because he pit early on. I'm surprised Moore didn't stay out to go farther. Surprised Malenko couldn't go farther. The 2 of Jeff Green also stays out. Hubert is up into second, right behind the 42 of Markle. Or up into third, right behind Markle, I should say. Maybe what, I don't know what you're saying, maybe too. Or I read that late, maybe. How far can Lingerfeld take this fuel as he ended up getting the lead lap there? I'm pretty sure you led a lap. It doesn't mean nothing, but I'm pretty sure you led a lap. This is disappointing. I can't add, points to the point system with the AI stuff. Unless I like actually made a league and did this through the league stuff, I don't think I could do that. Lingerfeld stays out another lap. Jeff Green does pit this time by. Lingerfeld actually using the 4 extra laps of gas he had. Kenseth right now, fastest lap of the race. Merkel about a 2.3 second lead over Matthew Hubert, Kenseth, Mike Bliss, Kurt Busch will be your top 5 once Lingerfeld pits here. And you can see the 42 behind Lingerfeld here. What is Lingerfeld's lap time? 1:31.4. Actually, the 42 is slower that last lap. Lingerfeld might be able to gain some spots out of just staying out longer. And he has gotten to lap 20 here. That final stop. We'll go through the field after Lingerfeld pits here. That was my plan. And the 12 finally pits. Once everybody comes around to pass him, we will go through the field. This will put Markle back into the race lead. Now we'll start going through the field. Merkel comes out first over Matthew Huber, who pit one lap earlier than everybody. Kenseth is third. Mike Bliss is fourth. Kurt Busch rounds out your top five, also pitting one lap early. Jeff Burton sixth. Kyle Petty seventh. Michael Waltrip eighth. Ninth was Jacob in the 40. Devin Smith rounds out your top 10. Tony Stewart 11th. Dan Park 12th. 13th is Mitchell Hudak. 14th, Bowen Adams. 14th is Dave Blaney. Bowen Adams is 15th. 16th, Mark Martin. Jesse Adams 17th. 18th is Kenny Wallace. Ricky Rudd 19th. And 20th, Bill Elliott. Back in the 21st, you got Rusty Wallace. You got a battle back here. Casey Kane and Kyle Lingerfeld, who just came out of pit road trying to get up into 22nd. We will continue to watch this here for a second, and then we'll go through the rest of the field. Lingerfeld has what? 3 more lap fresher tires than the 19, so this could work out for the 12 well. He'll have some work to do to get around people. But Casey Kane now falls to 23rd. Malenka 24th. 25th is Maisie Crichton. Angel Gutierrez 26th. 27th is Travis Kvapil. 28th Daniel Voiles. 29th Emerson Arden. Jeff Green 30th. Todd Bodine 31st. Devin Zimmerman 32nd. 33rd Christian Bracken. Dale Jarrett 34th. Gavin Wintermute 35th. Ben Park 36th. Kevin Harvick 37th. Colin Cropley up to 38th. And Biffle has fallen back to dead last. As there has been some separation between people. Back here you got even bigger separation. And it gets jumbled up towards the back half of the pack. And now we're waiting on pit stops again. See who's been the biggest mover. 3366 plus 14 back here for Lingerfeld. I'm going to go on board with the 12 here as he has fresher tires than most people. Can he get to the 2 of Rusty Wallace? I'm curious. So he ran a 1. So this is not his first lap since the pit stop. Let's see what he completes here with fresher tires. And then we'll go to Rusty's lap. 131.6. Rusty had a 131.8. Lingerfeld was about 2/10 faster, so I don't. Even with AI, I don't know if hair wear always makes a difference here or not. Something iRacing can definitely hopefully improve on at some point. Kenseth is about 1.1 behind Hubert. Mike Bliss is about 8/10 behind Kenseth. Kurt Busch 7/10 behind Bliss up there up front. Everybody else still in the conga line after the early rack and early yellow. Like I said, unless I have people actually add points to their cars, I don't think we'll have a. Or if I can find a way to just randomize skill for everybody every race, because I have to do it manually, which sucks. So if I like find like a website or something to randomize skill ratings for every car every race, I would do that. Because I feel like that's the only way to get passing specifically on the road courses. The only thing I was thinking about doing is maybe the guys that are guys that have signed up, the 19 people that did sign up for a car, maybe they get a +1 skill rating at the road courses, and then the lap traffic of the normal drivers will just be, you know, how the passing and everything else will happen in that race. But I'm not sure what to do about that. There'll have to be more testing and more seeing what's going to happen later on. It doesn't look like anybody is close to each other battling wise. They're all single file. Basically just waiting at pit stops again. We'll see if Hubert can do anything, if he can catch the 42 at all or not. It looks like the 42 actually might be pulling. And the stream is dying. Why? Looks like the stream is bad. We lost frames for a second there. I think it's one more pit stop, maybe another one after this. Got 25 laps to go here. And I don't think anything's gonna happen. Unless somebody has a slow pit stop. Don't worry, next season, because we'll get through this, we'll either do a different car, or maybe I'll think about doing that NASCAR multi-class thing again. We'll see though, I haven't decided. That's down the road. Go back to the front of the field for now. Could always spice it up with a yellow. That would definitely just screw over my car more. Hubert has caught up about 2 tenths here. I don't know if he'll actually be able to pass or whatnot, but feels like he's made time up. This will be the longest run of the day since this is when they pit after the first yellow. Nobody's sliding through that turn like they were in testing. We go back up front. 1 second. I thought even with equal cars for these cars, that they would still be able to pass on the road courses, because you know, I feel like these cars race better in the road courses in terms of being able to pass versus what we have nowadays. Huber is catching slowly but surely, but I don't think it's good enough. Nobody else is really close to each other. I feel like we need more diversity in the pitting situation. Well, I think this is gonna be the worst road course anyways of the year. We still have Montreal, Sonoma, and Glen. Hopefully something will be better than this. However, Hubert was pitting early. Maybe he can gain time on the 42 with doing that. And it looks like he's lost the time he gained though. Kansas still has the fastest lap of the race. 2 tenths faster than the 11 ahead. Let's go on board with Kenseth, see if he can catch up. Watch him end up being pitting here. Looks like Kenseth might be catching up to Huber here. I could be wrong, but the way it looks like he might be. Not a lot, but maybe there's a little hope. Not really. If only we can mess with the AI settings more like NR 2003, which I don't get why iRacing doesn't have that. Your points leader Tony Stewart is 11th right now, but like I said, I think Kenseth is in second and he's third, so he's definitely. It looks like Kenseth will at least be the points leader, I think, after this race. I could be wrong. We'll stick with Tony here a little bit. He needs to get up to Kenseth, but I don't think it's going to happen with how the AIs are racing. So we're waiting for the next round of pit stops. 20 laps to go here at the Red Bull Ring. Matthew Hubert is catching up to the 42 once again. It was 2.2 seconds. It's now 1.9. Maybe the 11 does have something for the 42, but if he gets there, will he be able to pass? Or will it be too hard? And it looks like he lost another tenth back to 2 seconds here. Maybe I made the smoothness too low. How about 1? Maybe that's gotta be like in the 50s or something. Always testing stuff to see if I can get the iRacing AI to do better. But unfortunately with road racing, it's kinda hard to do that right now. When they don't have a lot of sliders for this stuff. Well, actually, I got another idea. Maybe I'll start doing that. I could always use NR stuff, but like 6 categories is the things that it's going to be used for, and then do that, and then every race I have to physically change that stuff, or I put it for 2 races. And the 11 pits on lap 32, hopefully they can make it to the end from here. Which I think they should be able to. But we'll see. Now we wait to see where the 11 comes out compared to the 42. We'll stay on with Merkel now as pit stops have started. And only 2 people on pit road this time by. Remember, Lingerfeld also has been staying out longer because of pitting early on under the first yellow. So that could help the 12 out. Just don't have a devastating pit stop here. Now will the 42 pit this time, by? Looks like the 42 will. We'll see where Merkel comes out compared to Hubert. Kenseth, Bliss also pit right behind him. Looks like everybody's pitting. There's one guy staying out. Looks like it is Dan Park staying out for one more lap. Kenny Wallace stays out again. Kyle Lingerfeld. Joshua Balliet stays out another lap. Here comes Merkel off the pit lane. Actually, the back half of the field, he still gets out in front of Hubert. Also back behind there, and Kenseth gets out in front of Hubert. Now they got a little bit of lap traffic, and Kenseth is going for a second here, because they're side by side. It looks like the 11 might got some damage there. And Kenseth wants second. Kenseth can't quite get there though. Kenseth trying again here. Don't turn the 11, or we don't need a yellow now. Kenseth side by side with Hubert, still trying to get around. Hubert gets loose, almost goes wide there. Dan Park stays out for another. Nope, he pits this time. We're trying to watch this battle as we know Markle's going to be way ahead. Kenny Wallace pits. I think Lingerfeld stays out one more. And he does. Here Gutierrez also stayed on top of Diane. Dale Jarrett. They're all coming down pit road now. Hubert, I was right, did get damaged. We're going to go see what happened. I wasn't wrong about that. They have the damage already here? Yeah, they did. Interesting. What did I miss? Had to be like right when they came off pit road or something. Oh, the 24, Colin Cropley hits the 11. Just turns the 11. The 11 somehow saves it. It probably should have been a yellow. But man, the 11 got major damage and that kills Hubert's day. Lingerfeld still leading though, but Jeff Green also behind him. There's 15 laps to go here. Field is a little bit more spread out now. Lingerfeld stays out another lap. Maybe there is a little bit of strategy being played. And it looks like Jeff Green does pit this time by. Can everybody make it to lap 50 now, I guess? After Lingerfeld hits here. Kenseth about 2.1 back from Merkel. Got a long way to go. Lingerfeld, at least he's got the lead some laps today, staying out this long now. He's got about an 7.6 second lead over Merkel. He's running a 132.1 to 131.4 for the 42. He's definitely losing time, but he will come out with fresher tires than some drivers, so that could help him. And everybody behind him took a 35-second pit stop. Can he have a faster pit stop? Lingerfeld's coming down pit road here. We're going to watch this pit stop and see where he comes out. Big gap here. He might come out around 15, 16 spot. Merkel has a huge lead over Kenseth, Mike Bliss, Kurt Busch, Jeff Burton now the top 5. Here comes the 12 of Lingerfeld out in 17, just ahead of Jesse Adams, right behind Kenny Wallace, who pit 2 laps ago. This could possibly be the battle for the win between the 12 and 00 if everybody can not make enough fuel. They have a couple more laps of gas than everybody else. So we'll continue to see how that plays out. Hubert's day got ended though by the 24 and is now a lap down. He technically did not spin. He went onto the grass and half spun. Lingenfeld has some work to do to get back up to the 00. As everybody's getting spread out now. Biffle way behind. 10's at the Mike Bliss. Mike Bliss up into third. He's top two stayed the same, but Bliss has been moving up slowly but surely. You see Hubert back here, even with fresher tires, has a good car, but he's a lap down now because of that damage he had to repair. Let's go on board with Mike Bliss here for a little bit as he tries to chase down Matt Kenseth. Can he get to him or not? Kenseth taking a little bit of wider line there. Bliss onto the curb. Mike Bliss might actually be catching Kenseth. 9/10 right now. Jeff Burton, 5/10 from Kurt back here. Getting closer. We'll see if he can do anything. There's a lap difference for Jeff Burton over Kurt Busch on tires. So maybe he can get to him as Merkel's pulled out way ahead. As this time by it'll be 10 laps to go. I feel like the AIs are on rails. Back to TV1 though, you can see how far the 42 is. Okay, so the top 9 are way in their own league here. And you got 10th on back. Dan, if he can get to Tony, maybe he can get around him, but man, they've lost ground to end of the top 10. It looks like Bowen Adams now has the fastest lap of the race at a 1:31.095. Nobody can pass here. This is just how it seems like at least the Red Bull Ring is. I hope the other 3 road courses are not going to be like this, but we'll find out when I start testing for them. Bissel's not having a good day. Technically last. Hubert had the accident. Now lap down, he's last. A 42 all by himself up front. Mike Bliss kind of catching Kenseth now. Maybe not, maybe so. But Kenseth probably will be the points leader. Like I said, Tony coming into this race as the points leader. Kenseth trying to catch him. Honestly, I know they're not passing, but I could just listen to the engine sounds all day. Let's go see how the 12 of Lingerfeld's doing. He does have at least a couple more laps, fresher tires than a couple other people. And he is not catching Kenny Wallace whatsoever. Has gained 19 spots up to 17, so compared to being last, almost. Actually, that might have been where he started. Dead last. He's at least gained up to 17. He might be trying to play the fuel strategy game. We will have to wait and see. At this moment, like, do I want to do another race after this? I don't know. It looks like Lingerfeld still can't do anything. It's just annoying that they can't pass each other or do a damn thing. Basically, I'm gonna stay with Kurt Busch. If he ends up having to pit here in the next, before the end of the race, I'll be surprised. Maybe 17 laps. I think they could do that, so I'm not worried. I don't think about people making it or not in field. I just don't get why, like, my car and the 42 can do better. Like, they're all equal cars. Why is that one pulling away but nobody's staying with him? Like the rest of them are. Why is there a gap from like 19th to 20th? And none of them can pass. Curtis Bush still ain't doing it. They're all about like a second from each other now. Dude, Lingerfeld with like 3-lap fresher tires still can't do anything. Big John. Well, it looks like we might get to the end of this with everybody finishing the fuel. I could still be wrong. No one being able to pass each other. Biffle 38 seconds back, all the way in dead last. This is coming around to what, 3 to go this time? It's still good to go. 42, about 5.1 seconds up. 131.9. So 131.9. 132.0, 132.0, 132.19, 132.1. Damn. 132.0. We'll stay with Kurt. You just had to get all depends on the fuel mileage now. And frames are dying majorly. What? Oh, internet thing. Sorry guys, the internet is dying right now. I don't know why. And it looks like we're okay now. So. We are waiting to see. I think Merkel has won the race, but if Kurt has to pit here, this lap, they might not all make it in field, but I think they are all good. We're gonna get on into Pocono. Pocono. Two laps to go for the 42. And I was right though. Kurt had to pit. So I'm not sure if the rest of these guys. So Markle only pit one lap farther, so that would be this lap. This could give it to Kenny Wallace or Kyle Lingerfeld here. Or will one of these guys try to stretch it another lap? That puts Kenny and Lingerfeld up to 15th and 16th now. But these guys don't need that much fuel. All they need to do is come in for a splash and go. Kurt, though, came out 23rd after doing that, so they still will lose a lot of time. .42, if they choke this, oh man, that'd be classic. Well, anybody who stopped on 34, try and go one more. Can the 42 go another lap? Will they try to? They will try it. This could be interesting. Will they run out of gas? One lap to go for the 42 here. The two behind them pit. That puts Jeff Burton up into second place. Who comes to third? It looks like Dan Park's going to be out into third. Who will be fourth? Kenny Wallace. Lingerfeld up into the top five now. The 42 is trying to make it around on gas here. Can they do it? So far, so good. Angel Gutierrez up to 6th. 42 still has gas coming in the 9 and 10. Will they be able to go around and complete it, or they're going to have to pit right here? The 42 is somehow going to make it on gas. Comes off of turn 4. Or sorry, turn 10. Damn it. And Merkel will win here at the Red Bull Ring. Jeff Burton going to come around to finish 2nd. 3rd place will be Dan Park after the fuel woes for some. 4th will be Kenny Wallace. Then Kyle Lingerfelt gets top 5. 6th will be Angel Gutierrez. Kenseth falls to 7th. Mike Bliss 8th. 9th, Rusty Wallace. 10th will be Malenko. He also stayed out. Same as Rusty Wallace. They gained up into the top 10. Kurt Busch falls to 11th. Maisie Crane up to 12th. Travis Kvapil, Jeff Green, top it on your top 15. And then everybody else that's finishing their 8th. And unfortunately, was 38 of Biffle, or Biffle 38th. Now we wait for everybody to pit. And I think someone ran out of gas. And the 42 did run out of gas, but after the line. Merkel could not make it around to pit. And he will at the toe. What the hell is going on? Are people just running out of gas? That's wild. That's why we're waiting for everybody to get off the track. 77's out of gas now. The 26 is out of gas now. Now we gotta wait for all these guys to disappear. Disappear. We'll get the official results in a second. Everybody else on the pit road. We're just waiting on the 26. According to my map, everybody is on to pit road. These two are parking up, and we are set to quit. Let's quit. X. We will review the results. And after 50 laps, Markle leads 44 from the pole. Jeff Burton, Dan Park led 2. Kenny Wallace and Lingerfelt led 4 to get their top 5. Angel Gutierrez, Matt Kenseth, Mike Bliss, Rusty Wallace, and Malenko get a top 10. I don't know if anybody else led a lap here today. No, they did not. And unfortunately for Matthew Hubert, had a good run going and got down to 39th with that damage they sustained midway through. And it looks like Lingerfelt actually takes the points lead over Markle, Kenny Wallace, Mike Bliss, Rusty Wallace, Matt Kenseth, So I was wrong about who was second. Matt Kenseth, Todd Bodine, Dan Park, Tony Stewart, and Dale Jarrett are your top 10 in the points. There's a 10-point lead for the 12 over the 42. The Lingerfelt we will be watching going into Pocono here for qualifying. Markle jumps up to second with the win. And your other winners, Harvick is 13th from the Rock, and Mark Martin is 19th after the Rock. Other than that, I'm going to edit one thing before this race. I want to see if this helps them race. God damn it. This might help them race if I do it this way. Instead of it being fixed, we'll do adaptive AI, but try that, see if it does anything. And we'll go on into Pocono here. Save. Let's get on into Pocono. Oh wait, I gotta change the laps. Fuck off. Instead of 50, how much was it? Where's my phone? It is supposed to be 84 laps at Pocono. And let's get on into it. We'll keep it as a 2 p.m. start time. Save. And continue. And race. Launch. While that's launching, we'll bring this back up. Unlock that. Turn off the relative. Bring this back. There we go. Ba-doom, ba-doom. As we wait for Pocono to load up here, Lingerfelt is the points leader into this one. In the 12 car. So we will be watching his qualifying lap. Here we go with Pocono. No, let's do it differently. Do it from the... Oh, that looks weird. Do it from the chase view. For Lingerfelt's qualifying laps here. At Pocono. Sounds like the car is bogging out here. It was Lingerfelt hit down this straightaway, 196 I think it said. I might be hitting 200 turn 1. What will Lingerfelt get the points leader after lap 1 here? Angel Gutierrez the pole. Kenny Wallace second. Tony Jacob and Christian Bracken Lingerfeld qualifies 21st. So he's about mid-pack. Your race winner from last time at Red Bull Ring is 23rd. Can Lingerfeldt improve? Can anybody else improve? Second laps sometimes are better for certain drivers. A lot of Chevys up front, a lot of Fords towards the back. Top 5 are Chevy. First Ford is 8th, a Ricky Red. And Crichton in 10th. And it looks like everybody across the line. Angel Gutierrez will be your pole sitter over Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, and Voiles. Move up into the top 5. Lingerfeld falls to 37th. Points leader's got a long way to go here. Almost. He's 8 tenths off. Todd Bodine starting from last. 25. That is our pole sitter. Let's go down into the race. Let's see how many laps it says of gas. It tells us about 33 laps in gas, so they might be able to go a while here.
5 cars left the grid.
33.66 and then to the
Still
end.
waiting on 2 cars to grid.
But sometimes, even though it says 33, it'll probably be like lap 30, so still 2-stop race, I think. Oop, and badoop, and the 25. As the paints are loading in. For the most part, it looks like all the paints have been loading. So that's good. Let's go through the lineup. Angel Gutierrez, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Voiles, Gavin Wintermute, Dale Jarrett, Mike Bliss, Kenny Wallace, and Matthew Hubert are your top 10. Jacob Provost is 11th. Provost, Misha Hodak, Emerson Arden, Dan Park in 14th, Mark Martin, and then the rest of your field. And it looks like looks like all the paints are loading now, so that's good. I don't like TV1. Let's try TV2. TV2 has a better straightaway camera here. A long race. We will see how this ends up going here. Pace car is going to pull off here on the front straightaway. They get ready to go in the restart zone.
Green flag,
we are green here at Pocono. Angel Gutierrez gets an okay start. Tony Stewart gets a better one. They're going to go side by side here in the turn number 1. On the long straightaway here at Pocono. Stewart on the outside has it. Can he get a run off on the straightaway here? Angel Gutierrez on the inside. Stewart gets a run on the high line. It looks like Tony will get the race lead from Angel Gutierrez to Harvick now in 3rd. Voiles now battling. Casey came back there in 4th. With the 25 tries, putting the nose back in underneath Tony Stewart up front. Angel Gutierrez wants to lead lap 1, not Tony Stewart. Stewart's hanging tough on the outside line though. Here comes Angel Gutierrez, and they cleared the 20 with ease through 3. Now back to the front straightaway. Here comes Tony. Here comes Harvick now, maybe. It looks like Angel Gutierrez will lead lap 1, and we'll go back a little farther now. It looks like Voiles now to the inside of Casey Kane for 4th. Here on lap 2, Tony trying to go back to the race leader front, but we will stay with this battle as Voiles clears. Stewart now passing 25. Andrew Gutierrez for the race lead. Now has Harvick to the inside all of a sudden. And already it looks like the racing is better at Pocono than it was at the Red Bull Ring. Here comes the 29 of Harvick trying to go back to the inside of the 25, but the tunnel turn cannot make it work. As we wait, it looks like Mike Bliss battling now. Kenny Wallace and Matthew Hubert back here. Bliss falls back in line for the moment. You got the 00 Kenny Wallace right behind here. Battling with the 40 Jacob Provost. However he wants me to say it. Mike Bliss still battling there with the 11 of Matthew Hubert. Trying to go for it as Voiles is trying to go to the inside of Harvick up front there for the 3rd spot. And it looks like Voiles will get that done. We'll go up here. Here comes Gavin Wintermere. Harvick's now falling back in the 29 car. And here comes Casey Kane in the 19 now. As the top 2 pull away, Gutierrez up in the 2nd. Or falls the 2nd still. Mike Bliss still battling the 11 Hubert. And they will single file out for now. Here comes Casey Kane to the inside of Harvick, maybe looking to the inside. Here in the turn number 3. And Kane is there, and Harvick falling back. House dropped 2 positions, got up front early up into 3rd, and back around the outside here now of Casey Kane. Has a great run off of turn 3. As Voiles now battling Gavin Wintermute for 3rd. Gavin actually got around the 38, and the 38 takes it back. Here comes Casey Kane now. Has a great run on the 21 of Gavin Wintermute. What can Casey Kane do? Kane goes to the inside. That's the tunnel turn. Tunnel turn is very hard to stay side by side through, and Harvick gets a great run on the outside. Will he have a shot at the 21 of Gavin? Harvick wants to get back up in the 4th. Harvick back to the inside of the 21 now. Harvick up into 4th, the 21 way high. That's going to allow Casey Kane to the inside now. Kane can't make it stick, and Gavin gets a great run off the turn. And here comes Mike Bliss to the outside of Kane. And we got a battle up front. Angel Gutierrez to the inside, and Tony Stewart here for the race lead. And Tony hangs on for the moment as these two continue to pull away from the rest of the field. Angel Gutierrez still poking the nose into the inside here at the tunnel turn. Tony washes up the track. Angel Gutierrez back to the inside. What a great battle already here at Pocono. Angel Gutierrez clears the 20 once again. As we go back, Boyle is trying to get into that battle. We got Casey Kane still on Mike Bliss here. 4 around the 6th position. They get back in line. Hubert is 8th. Dale Jarrett 9th. Jacob Provost is 10th. But Kenny Wallace now to his inside. Let's go take a look and see how last week's winner is doing. Got a lot of 3 double file battles back here. 42, it looks like nowhere to be seen all the way back here. Actually towards the back half of the field at 36 for the 42. Not a good day. And your points leader, Lingerfeld, all the way back in 38th. Not having a good day as he's got to try and get back up there. And Angel Gutierrez has taken the race lead with ease now. As we go back up front, you got Matthew Hubert falling to Casey Kane now. Kane clears the 11. Now we have, it looks like the 40 is trying to get to the 88 of Dale Jarrett. Can Jacob get there? Does not look like he can. It looks like maybe we have the 99 of Mitchell Hudak to the inside of Kenny Wallace back here. It looks like the 99 Mitchell Hudak will get there to the inside of Dale Jarrett. Also, he's going to make it a 2-for-1 special off of turn 1 here maybe. The 40 of Jacob's going to follow suit to get past the 88 of Dale Jarrett there. Now, it's hard to keep it, in there through the tunnel turn. Will the 40 make it stick? It looks like they will, but Dale Jarrett's going to have to run off on the high line there. And Dale Jarrett gets into the top 10 with that move. Let's go up here. Matthew Hubert now to the outside of Casey Kane here, around the outside. What a move by the 11. He gets great run off the corner there. Tony Stewart has lost 8/10 to Angel Gutierrez now. Up front, and now we're going to go back here. Jacob to the inside of the 99 of Mitchell Hodak. Trying to get to the quarter panel. Can't quite get there in the 40. It looks like they will fall back in line for right now. It looks like we might have a battle for third. Harvick is there at Voiles. Harvick now looking to the inside of the 38. Harvick clears at ease. We go back here now. Find some battles. Kenny Wallace trying to get around the 40. Can't quite get there. We got Emerson battling the 1 of Jesse Adams back here. Adams looking to the inside here, coming to turn number 1. You also got 26 of Mazie Crichton and 24 of Colin Cropley, all back here battling. Emerson's going to clear on the outside. And here comes the 1. Still having a rough time on the outside line there. The 26 now on the outside of Colin Cropley. There's a big stack up there. A lot of jostling for position mid-pack and everything. Looks like up in the top 10, the 40 loses the top 10 again to Dale Jarrett. These three are constantly fighting at the end of the top 10. Got Casey Kane and Matthew Hubert up here for 7th and 8th. As Tony's starting to slowly reel into 25 once again. Hubert clears Casey Kane again. But Kane getting around on the outside a little loose, but keeps his foot in it. Down the, I was going to say back straight, but down straightaway 1, I'm going to call it. And the turn number 2 here, it looks like Casey Kane will get it. We got a battle for third. Here comes Voiles on Harvick maybe. Not quite. Tony has caught him back up a little bit to Angel Gutierrez, about 4/10 now for the race lead. We'll go back here. Voiles falling back a little bit now. Maybe Gavin closing in. Using that draft. Here comes Gavin to the inside at the end of Voiles into turn number 1. Side by side here off of turn 2. Sorry, turn 1. It's only 3 turns. Can Gavin hold it though into the tunnel turn? It's a hard spot to keep on the bottom. He sends it in there, and he will clear the 38. Maybe the 38 used up their tires. And Gavin Wintermew up into 3rd place. Sorry, 4th place. Kenny Wallace battling Dale Jarrett right now at the end of the top 10, trying to get into 10. But here comes Christian Bracken, gets around the 40 of Jacob. Christian wants to get into the top 10, gets to the quarter panel of Kenny Wallace off of turn number 3. Can't quite get there though. Runs out of steam. Here comes Mitchell Hodak to the inside of Casey Kane, trying to get up into 8th place now. Side by side. Down the first straightaway here. Hodak still to the inside of Kane. And he's going to clear Kane through the tunnel turn. And Gavin Wintermeer is now catching up to Harvick Maybe he saved some tires here. Tony might be catching back up to Angel Gutierrez up there up front. And it looks like Tony, not quite there yet, about 5 tenths back from the race leader. Then we got these three. You got Mike Bliss, Matthew Hubert, Casey Kane, Mitchell Hudick, and Dale Jarrett, your top 10. Looks like stuff has calmed down for the moment. Nope, Emerson Arden now looking to the inside of Jesse Adams. That's going to be for 14th, but Jesse hangs on to that spot for right now. Gavin is caught up here to Harvick. But he can't make a move, and Tony all of a sudden lost a lot of time there. Was like 5 tenths slower that lap. Maybe he's using his stuff up. Maybe the 25 is taking it easy up front. I'll have to wait and see. I'll go back here now. End of the top 10. Really got a lot of people battling for positions and whatnot. Emerson and Jesse still going at it now with the 26 of Maisie up here. Or back here. Will Maisie make it 3 wide? Try to go past the 48 on the low line here. Emerson just blocking the bottom. Jesse Adams clears these as Emerson holds up the bottom line there. And Jacob in the 40 has fallen back. Actually, all 17th, he was battling top 10 early on. Now you got Kenny Wallace up here, trying to get back around Dale Jarrett still. And Tony really falling from the race leader. The race leader up to 2 seconds now. As Christian Bracken now gets around Kenny Wallace on the inside here. Christian Bracken up into 11. Nope, Kenny Wallace still has the run. Kenny Wallace way high there. Here comes Dan Park now, maybe to the inside of Christian Bracken. And this is going to be for 11th for the 9 car. Kenny Wallace though had a great run off turn 4 there. Here comes Dan Park back to the inside of the 5. And Dan will clear Christian Bracken up until 11th. Can Bracken hang on right now? And it looks like they all will single file for now. We're going to go back up here. Looks like Gavin might look into the inside of Kevin Harvick for 3rd maybe. Here comes the 21 now. Clears Harvick. Gavin Wintermew says he wants to go and try and get Tony at least, as Tony has lost time to the 25. You know, and Harvick's losing a lot. Here comes the 38 of Daniel Voiles now at the 21 past the 29. Side by side for 4th place here. Harvick got a good run off for turn 1, but Voiles still there on the inside. They're still side by side. Harvick gonna get the run, it looks like, off at the tunnel turn. And we'll keep the spot for now. Can Voiles get back to him? It looks like Voiles falls away from Harvick now. Dan up into 11th. Looks like it's calmed down for a second here. Emerson and Maisie are still battling back there, the 48 and 26. 26 all the way to the inside. And these three are continuing to battle. Jesse Adams now goes to the high line and falls back to Emerson in the 48. Emerson's still battling that one car. Trying to get away from Jesse Adams. As we wait to see when they end up having to pit here. It looks like Mike Bliss might be catching up to Voiles now. Gutierrez now just pulling away massively up front. 54.6 to 55.3 for Tony. 54.8 for Gavin. So Gavin is catching the 20 car. If he gets the Tony Stewart, will he get around and be able to chase down the 25? That's the question. Now we got Dale Jarrett to the inside of Mitchell Hodak. That is for 9th. Hodak falls back a spot. Dale Jarrett up 1. Mitchell Hodak, are they going to try and come back at Dale Jarrett? Looks like they will. Back to the inside here in the tunnel turn. It's our into turn 3, my bad. We got something going on up front. We got Mike Bliss and Voiles pitting. So we got pit stops here on lap 19. Now we'll wait and see. We'll see if Angel Gutierrez ends up pitting here this time by. Actually, a lot of the field pit there. 14 drivers stayed out. Your leader and second place Tony Stewart stayed out. Well, they're all coming off of pit road now. Angel Gutierrez pits. Tony. Gavin. Harvick stays out. Comes in. King comes in. Dale Jarrett comes in. It looks like they will all be pitting within 2 laps of each other. Okay. No one's going to push it a third. Maybe Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace is going to try going one more lap. Do not run out of gas or it will bring out a yellow, Rusty. Looks like one other driver of Jeff Green will stick with the 2 and going a third lap. They're going to try different strategies here. I don't know if this is going to work at Pocono, but they're going to try it. Can Rusty Wallace make it to lap number 22? Looks like Rusty still has gas. Coming through turn 3. And Rusty does get the pit road, and it looks like Jeff Green will also get the pit road. And once Angel Gutierrez takes the race lead back, we will go back and, what's it called? Go through the field. So Angel Gutierrez is your race leader over Tony Stewart. Gavin Wintermere looks like they might be catching up to the 20. Daniel Voiles 4th. 5th is Mike Bliss. Kevin Harvick is falling back to 6th. Matthew Hubert 7th. 8th for Mitchell Hodak. 9th for Casey Kane. And 10th is Christian Bracken. Dale Jarrett is falling back to 11th. Dan Parkin 12th. 13th for Colin Cropley. 14th for Maisie Crichton. Kenny Wallace 15th. 16th, Travis Coppola, Jesse Adams, and Emerson is still battling. Bowen Adams, and then Devin Smith is your top 20. Jacobs falling to 21st. Rusty Wallace, 22nd. 23rd for Devin Zimmerman. Jeff Burton. Ricky Rudd, Matt Kenseth, Dave Blaney, Mark Martin, Lingerfelt 29th, and Kurt Busch rounds out the top 30. You got Jeff Green, Biffle, Malenko, Markle, Tabadine, Kyle Petty, Michael Waltrip, Bill Elliott, and Ben Park rounds out the field here. Looks like he has had a rough day, falling 18 spots since the beginning of the race. And back up front, it is Angel Gutierrez with a 2.7 second lead. 54.7 to 54.5 for Tony Stewart last time out. We're going to go to 7th place. Matthew Hubert looking to gain ground, and Harvick, we're going to go on board here for a little bit. And it looks like Hubert is gaining on the 29 quite a bit here down the front straightaway. We will stay on board with the 11. As these two might be catching Mike Bliss also. Looks like Harvick might have gotten a better turn one there than the 11. Yep, Harvick's just having a better run, trying to get to Mike Bliss. As Hubert falls back from him. Can Harvick get to the 0? A little loose there. Well, it looks like maybe Matthew Hubert got a great run down the front straightaway. I don't know why you're not using the draft. But uses the low line, tries to get the Harvick there. We'll go back. Back to TV2 for now. We'll go back here. Looks like 10th place in them. Maybe it's Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett's close to Christian Bracken back here. Trying to get up into 11th. As Gavin is catching in on Tony Stewart, we'll wait for that to come down another 10th or two. And Dale Jarrett just eases by the 5 to Christian Bracken there. Powers through. As Bracken now has Colin Cropley to the inside also. It looks like the 21 of Gavin Wintermere is catching up to Tony Stewart up here for 2nd place. Angel Gutierrez continues to extend the race lead. Here comes Gavin on Tony Stewart. Puts the bumper to the back end. Looking to the inside here now on turn number 3. Looks like the 21 will get there. Gavin Wintermere clears the 20 of Tony Stewart for the moment. On to the front straightaway, says I will go try and chase down Angel Gutierrez here. We will wait and see if that happens. Tony does have the draft though on the 21 of Gavin Wintermere. Will he get the 21 back? Does not look like he will get there. And we'll go back here now. There we go. Maisie Creighton trying to get around Kenny Wallace here for 14. Can they get to him? Nobody has anything for the 25 Angel Gutierrez at this moment. Here comes Maisie Creighton. Back at the 00, Kenny Wallace. And these three are still battling. Emerson and Jesse Adams have not been able to get away from each other. Bowen Adams is also there. Jesse passes Emerson with ease there, but the 48 seems to always come back at him. Looks like Tony Stewart is back at the 21 and Gavin up front. And now they're going to make themselves fall even further behind the 25 Angel. But Gavin hangs on for the moment and clears the 20 of Tony Stewart to 25, 21, and 20. All up front, all together. Or sorry, not all together, but 20s are all up front, I should say. Goddamn. You got 4th, 5th, and 6th all pretty close together. 7th and 8th, Casey Kane actually looks like they're hounding Matthew Hubert now. Hubert was having a good run last week at Red Bull Ring, but got derailed by being spun out by the 24. So we'll see how that continues to go. Still a long way to go in this race. Looks like they'll be pitting around lap 40. Then 60 and then 80. So it's about 20 laps in gas they got. Some can go a little bit farther, so we'll see. That'll be interesting, especially at the end of the race at lap 84. It looks like Gavin has pulled away from Tony a bit. Got a 1.1 second gap now, so maybe he can try and get that gap to the leader down. About 3.5 now. It's Crichton trying to go around Christian Bracken now. Maisie can't quite get there. We're in the middle of the run for everybody, so this is where tires starting to change over for who did or didn't save. Here comes the 26 on the 5 car. Not quite there. Right now it's 3 Chevys up front, a Ford and a Chevy. In the back of the top 10, 2 Fords, 9th and 10th. Dan has gotten up into the top 10. Looks like we might have a battle for 5th. Harvick has caught up, back up to Mike Bliss now. Let's see what Harvick can do here. I mean, Harvick's there, it's just he can't make the move yet. Harvick looking to the inside of Mike Bliss. Not quite. Gonna go on board with Harvick. We'll see what he can do. Gavin Wintermere has now I think he's gained, what was it, 3.5 seconds back? It's up to 2.9 now from Angel Gutierrez. Slowly but surely gaining. Because it looks like Harvick is falling back now from Mike Bliss, right when we go on board with him. We'll go back to the TV cameras. Boom, boom. And now Harvick's catching back up. Looking back to the inside of Mike Bliss here into turn number 3. Not quite there though. He's gonna lose some time. This might allow Hodak to get back into it. We got a big battle around 14th, it looks like. Maisie Crichton and Kenny Wallace again at it. Kenny Wallace, a great run off of turn number 4, or sorry, turn number 3. Around the outside of the 26 down the long front straightaway here at Pocono. We also got a battle for 12th up here. Looks like Colin Cropley trying to get up into 11th. Cropley can't quite get there, looking to the inside of Dale Jarrett. He's there at the tunnel turn, sends it in there, and gets a great run off the corner now. That's the older tires. If you can get to the inside at the tunnel turn, it'll work. Kenny Wallace now falling back, fell behind 26 and 48, and here comes Travis Quaffle now around him. Quaffle up into 16th. Kenny Wallace now down 8 positions here today and continues to fall back. We got a battle up for 5th. Oop, too far. Harvick is there. Gavin has now lost a half a second to the race leader. There comes Harvick again to the inside of Mike Bliss. Looking to the inside at the tunnel turn. He's almost there, not quite. Mike Bliss cuts his nose off. This allows the 11 to get into the picture. Here comes Matthew Hubert to the inside of Harvick. And then the turn number 3. And Hubert has a huge run, gets to the back bumper of Bliss. But Harvick goes around the outside of Bliss. Bliss could not hold it on the bottom there. And here comes Hubert on his outside. It looks like Mike Bliss will clear the 11. Hubert tried it. It gave Harvick the opportunity to get around. And it looks like Voiles might be catching up to Tony Stewart. Keep an eye on that as we continue to watch the battle for 5th place. And it looks like Voiles, he got there but lost time. Here comes Hubert again in the 11. Or Bliss right back in Harvick here up front. And Bliss to the inside of Harvick here in the 3. This might allow Matthew Hubert to get a weird run. And they're both going to go try around the outside of Bliss. Mike Bliss is still there on the inside of the 11. And to the inside of Harvick now. He had a great run through that. But will Harvick have a good run off of turn 1? I will not. This is bringing Casey Kane back into this picture. Mike Bliss can't get the pass down on the 29 at the moment. Through the tunnel turn. Bliss clears Harvick. Now Hubert is here. To the inside. It looks like he will clear Harvick for the moment. Then we go back to Harvick. He's going to have Casey Kane hounding him through turn number 3. Harvick is going to lose another spot, and he's going to possibly drop 3 spots here. Kane at the line. Kane still to the inside of Harvick. Harvick enters that turn a little weird there. Now, Kane trying to get around Hubert now. Harvick's going to come back right back at him. Here comes Kevin Harvick back at Casey Kane through the tunnel turn now. Harvick is there, but Kane gets the run off the high line. Now this is allowing Mitchell Hodak to get into this fight. However, Matthew Hubert to the outside of Mike Bliss now for 5th. This is continuing to keep these 5 all packed together. And Bliss is going to clear the 11, but Kane now has Harvick to the inside. This is for 7th. And Harvick is now going to clear Casey Kane and possibly get up to Matthew Hubert. And nope, Harvick still has Kane to the outside. But will Harvick send it into the tunnel turn? He will to the inside of Hubert. He's going to clear both of them. Here comes Kane. And now Mitchell Hodak in the 99. Trying to make a 3 wide. Got a little loose, but saved it, stuck it in there. But here comes Kane back to the inside of Hubert. Hubert now losing 2 spots. Hodak also passes him. And down goes the 11, the 99, a Hodak now to the inside of Casey Kane is going to clear for 7th place. Now, the 99 is trying to get up to Harvick. This is bringing Dan Park into the picture now. The 99 to the inside of Harvick here in the turn 1. Dan just entering the picture back there. Top 4 pulled away. Angel now a 5.1 second lead. Hodak has Harvick back around him now. Hodak back to the inside of Casey Kane. Trying to get it to work, but can't. The 19 got a great run off the top. And here comes the 11 of Matthew Hubert once again to the inside of the 99. Hodak clears, or the 11 clears the Hodak. Back to the 19 of Casey Kane. As Harvick is caught back up to Mike Bliss a little bit. As we continue to watch this battle back here. Hubert's still looking to the inside of Casey Kane. Kane on the high line. It looks like he will clear the 11 this time. Maybe not. The 11 still has a bit of a run. They do not get there. Here comes Casey Kane, blocks the 11 there. It's going to allow the 99 to get back into this picture. The 19 gets loose off the corner. And they're both going to go around the outside of Kane. And the leader has pit. So it looks like Tony Stewart will stay out another lap. But the leaders have pit. We'll go back up front for right now. I didn't realize we were at pit stop time. Angel Gutierrez is dominating this race so far here today. Those battles though have been pretty good. Midway and you know, mid of the top 10. We're about halfway done with this race. Tony Stewart around this time comes around to pit. Will Harvick pit this time? Looks like he will. Hodak is going to stay out another lap. He's stretching the field this time. Interesting choice. Says he can go one more. Interesting of what's happening here. There's some lap traffic now with these stops, and there should be one more pit stop to the end now. Looks like Rusty Wallace, Jeff Green also stayed out. And they might have another lap or two in them. Pull the 99 pit this time by. 99 will. Now we gotta go find the 2 Rusty Wallace. There's the 2 Rusty Wallace. The 2 will pit this time. What about Jeff Green? Will he pit this time? He will. This will bring us back to Angel Gutierrez. And once it cycles around, we will go through the field here. Man, Angel has a huge lead over Gavin Wintermute. It'll be a tall-tale task for that 21 to catch up to this 25 who has dominated here today from the pole. That looks like a sign for the season is you want to start on pole. And it looks like, yes, Angel Gutierrez, 5.4 seconds ahead of Gavin Wintermute. Tony Stewart 3rd. Daniel Boyles 4th. Mike Bliss is 5th. 6th. Dan Park has gained quite a bit of spots through the pit stops here. Here comes Harvick battling him for 7th. Mitchell Hodak and Matthew Hubert 8th and 9th. Colin Cropley is 10th, battling Dale Jarrett. You got Casey Kane falling to 12th, Christian Bracken 13th, Maisie Creighton is 14th, 15th Quapple, Bowen Adams, Emerson Arden, Jesse Adams, and Devin Smith, Kenny Wallace, your top 20. Devin Smith, Rusty Wallace, Jacob Provost, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton rounds out your top 25. With Kenseth rounding out your top 25, sorry. Ricky Rudd, Lingerfelt, your points leader, back in 27th with Jeff Green, Kurt Busch, Biffle, Mark Martin, your last week's winner, Merkel, all the way in 32nd. Michael Waltrip, Dave Blaney, Todd Bodine, Bill Elliott, Kyle Petty, Ben Park, and Malenka rounds out your field. Malenka not having a good day, down 16 spots. Same with Ben Park, down 17 spots. These two have had horrible days, it looks like, even though they qualified okay. Looks like Voiles might be getting to Tony Stewart here. Dan Park trying to get up to Kevin Harvick for 6th place. Dan on a mission trying to get up 7 or 8 spots. How about Colin Cropley though? Back there in 10th, you can see that Pepsi car has gained 16 spots here today, trying to get a top 10 out of this. Right now, 10th place. Still got one more pit stop to get there as Dan Park clears Harvick with ease right there. And we'll continue to watch this battle for right now. Yeah. Sorry if I'm yawning. Work made me tired today. Just gotta get another pop. Ouch. Alright, I am back. It looks like they're definitely quite spread out for the moment. We got a battle, looks like for 14th, 15th, sorry. Bowen Adams, Travis Koppel right now battling each other. Alright, there we go. And it looks like Gavin about 4.8 back from Angel. Still a long ways for that to be considered a battle. Emerson and Jesse Adams cannot get away from each other in this race. We'll continue to watch this battle for a little bit. Here comes Jesse Adams looking to the inside of the 48. I'm not sure, but I think the 25 might get left traffic this race at some point. Alright. Looks like we might have a battle up here. Maisie Creighton looking to catch up to Christian Bracken there in the 5. And we're losing some frames here right now. Hopefully the internet comes back. I'm sorry everybody. Looks like we are okay now. Here comes Maisie right back at the 5. Christian Bracken to the inside. It looks like they will clear the 5 here now. We actually might have a battle for third. Voiles catching up to Tony Stewart. Looking to the inside, and they are there. We'll watch that from the chopper view for a moment. And Voiles will clear Tony. Gavin is separating himself from these two now. Tony now falling back another spot. And Gavin's still not gaining on Angel Gutierrez though. And we'll go back. It looks like we got more battling towards the back of the top 10 here. Here comes the 99. Mitchell Hodak back on Harvick. Harvick continues to fall back here. This is not good for the 29. Hodak clears the 29 with ease. Harvick is still there. Tony got it back around. Voiles up there. Voiles trying to get back to him. But Voiles lost another 10th there. However, Gavin was 5 seconds back there. Almost gained a whole second on the 25. About 3.9 now. I don't know what's happening to 25's lead, but it's just dwindled by 1.1 seconds. 25 set a 55-1 to Gavin's 54-8, so the 21 is gaining a bit. 3.5 seconds back now. It'd be a shame if the 25 let that lead go just like that. We got a battle towards the back near 9th place. Harvick and Matthew Hubert now catching up to Harvick. Maybe allowing Colin Crawford to, creep into the picture here. As they got about 8-10 laps till they got a pit. Crawford is there on Hubert. But Casey Kane's also in this picture. Go to Cropley's view here. It looks like Hodak is catching up to Dan Park up there also. Hodak looking to the inside of the 9 of Dan Park. This is for 6th place. He couldn't get that move done though. Here comes Cropley and Matthew Hubert to the inside here going into the tunnel turn. And man, Gavin down to 2.5 now on Angel Gutierrez. We're going to continue to monitor that gap. The 24 getting a little tail happy there through the tunnel turn. And there's Cropley blowing by the 11 there in turn number 3. I don't know what's going on with the 25, but they have definitely starting to choke this lead away. Maybe not. Can Hubert get back around the 24 Cropley now? And Gavin's now falling back to 3 seconds back. He gained all the way to 2.5. Now he's falling back again. Here comes the 11 of Hubert, though, to the inside of Cropley, and it's going to allow Casey Kane into the picture now. Cropley hangs on for now. Kane couldn't get it done. Gavin just falling like a rock now. He used all his stuff up, trying to catch up to the 25. And man, Casey Kane around the outside of both the 24 and the 11, now up into the 9th place position in the top 10. Cropley falls back outside the top 10 here. Cropley, though, back around the outside of the 11. That's back in the 10th place in the 24 for the moment. Well, here comes the 11 back on the bottom. Hubert clears the 24 again. What a battle this is for around the 9th, 10th place position. We'll continue to watch this until someone else gets closer. The 11 of Hubert back to the inside of Casey Kane now. And here comes the 24 Cropley once again. Well, it looks like they might have finally settled their battles out, and we got a battle for third. Boyle is now to the inside of Tony Stewart. Once again, it's caught up to him. Boyle cannot get it done. And Gavin falls back to 3.4 behind Angel Gutierrez there. Here comes Daniel Boyles. Sends it there into turn number 3 and clears Tony Stewart for 3rd place. And Gavin Pitts on a lap 56. I feel like that's a little early, because you've been able to go about 20 laps. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying the different strategy. Get tires earlier before the 25. Now we will stay with the 25 and see what they decide to do. Or maybe the 21's pit crew screwed up last time. But Gavin is the only one on pit road. I don't think that's a good idea, because if you can make it to 62, I think you can make it to the end. I could be wrong, but now we'll stay with Angel. They do not pit this time, so Gavin definitely pit really early. Does Tony pit this time? Or Voiles, who are battling each other? No, they do not. Interesting strategy. Actually, I think Gavin had a problem. Nope, that's just Joshua Malenko pitting. Alright. So there is different strategies going on. It's very intriguing to see. Well, Angel Gutierrez pit this time. They have a massive lead now that Gavin's not in the picture. It's a 10-second lead over Tony Stewart and Daniel Voiles, who have been battling now for a little bit. Here comes Voiles right back at the 20. Angel stays out again. So I do think the 21 was really trying hard to jump the gun and, you know, take a spot. I think that's going to hurt the 21 in the end, though. Let's see what Gutierrez pit this time. No one else is pitting. I don't know where that put the 21 of Gavin, but unless he is able to pass people with his fresh tires, I do not see this working out for him. Emerson's falling back to 18th. Gavin fell all the way to 28th with pitting there, so he's definitely stuck in traffic too. So I don't know if that was a good idea for the 21 at all. There's 24 laps to go for the 25 car now. Massive lead, and they are pitting this time by. I don't know if they can make it to the end. Will anybody try and stretch it to 62, which I think will help you make it to the end of this race? Tony and Boyle stay out. Oh, we might lose some frames here. Internet down one bar. Looks like we're good again. Now, if Gutierrez can't make it on fuel for some reason at the end of this race, these two are really close together, and that could change everything. I think I'm counting Gavin out of this race now because he pit way, way too early and took a risk. Oh yeah, a couple more people pitted there that time. And somebody is still on pit right. That is the 26. Tony doesn't pit, but so Voiles does. Tony's making it to lap 62. Interesting strategies going on. If anyone can make it to 8 or 64, I definitely think they're making it to the end. Now, Tony, though, has, like I said, the 26th pit from whatever position they were in. And they're now right in front of Tony. Does Tony pit here this time? Tony does. What about Dan Park? Does he pit this time? He does. Hodak does not. Hodak stays out another one. This would probably be the person to watch to see if they end up winning this race with their strategy. Hodak's been able to go farther than most people looks like here today. Anybody else there? It looks like Rusty Wallace way back there stays out. Gavin, though, has come out in front of the 25. But I do not think that strategy is going to work. But maybe he can slow down to 25. And he also had a quicker pit stop. Looking at it, and here comes Hodak down on the pit road. Gavin only had a 37-second pit stop. He's got like a second lead over Angel Gutierrez. Definitely interesting to say the least. Does Rusty Wallace pit here? Rusty Wallace does pit. So that will put Gavin, though, into the lead. Jeff Green pits, who was also up here. Right here is your battle for the lead. Tony and Voiles are battling for third and fourth, but they are all the way 14 seconds back behind these two. We're going to watch Gutierrez catch up to Gavin and probably pass him. Fresher tires and everything. But they are getting close to the end of the field here. The back of the field, I should say. You see Gavin right there, 1.2 ahead. But we're gonna go back to that third place battle. That third place battle between Voiles and Stewart. They've come out really close together. Hodak, though, back in 7th, I think is the one to watch for the fuel mileage race. We'll continue to watch this third place battle. I can already see it now. If somehow the 21 magically makes it to the end of the fuel and beats the 25 is going to be so disappointed. It looks like Gutierrez has caught up to Gavin Wintermute. Gavin leading, I think, his first laps of the year. We'll check the points and the lap leaders, top 5s, top 10 leaders, and whatnot after this race. Gutierrez 3/10 back from Gavin Wintermute now. Gavin's ran top 5 all day, trying different strategy towards the end of the race. But I don't think it's going to work. And the dominant car of the day, though, the 25 Angel Gutierrez. That's for the top 7. You got 4 Chevys and 3 Fords. 3rd, 6th, and 7th, and then 1, 2, 4, 5 for Chevy. 25 losing a little time now to the 21. Interesting. Loyal staying ahead of Tony. You got Mike Bliss, Dan Park, Mitchell Hodak, Harvick, Kane, and Maisie Crichton now up into 10th. Cropley, Hubert, Jarrett Bracken, Travis Quapple, Bowen Adams, Devin Smith, Emerson Arden, Rusty Wallace, and Jesse Adams, your top 10. And then the rest of your field. Your points leader, Lingerfeld, has made a little ground. Not a lot, but he's up 12 positions, passing the 40 right there, up on the 25th, so he's trying to salvage some kind of points lead. But with it being early in the season, last week's winner, Merkel, also back in 29th from the Red Bull Ring. He's not having a good day after winning last week. Jeff Green, Ricky Rudd. The 7 had a top 10 at the Red Bull Ring, back in 32nd. Not a good day. And then Ben Park, as you can see, the leaders are right behind him. Just trying to stay on lead lap. And Angel Gutierrez, sorry. It's zoned out there. Angel Gutierrez was taking the lead back from Gavin Wintermew, but Gavin coming right back at the 25 with 14 laps to go. I still don't think the 21 is going to make it on gas. But can he come back down pit road, come out behind the 25, and maybe try to make it that way? Now it's a fuel game for everybody. I don't think Gavin's going to be able to keep up with the 25 now. And I'm curious. Let's go find who has the fastest lap of the race. It's not anybody up here, which is interesting. We got one pitting. Cropley is pitting now. Interesting. I can't find who has the fastest lap. Oh, it's Kyle Petty back in 34th. The 54.064. I'll go back to the 25 now. Gavin trying to keep pace, but can't quite do it. Maybe he's saving gas, I don't know. Cropley pit really early. He's going to fall back to last because of that. Doesn't look like anybody else is pitting yet. I still think the closest battle is these two for third. 12 laps to go. Dan Park trying to get up into the top 5. He's been a man on a mission. Can he get to Mike Bliss and pass him? Stewart's right behind Voyle still too. We'll continue to watch this battle though. Dan Park passes Mike Bliss like it's nothing. Tony started losing major time now to Daniel Voiles. And with Dan Park's move on the 0 Mike Bliss, that might allow the 99 Mitch Hodek to get to Mike Bliss. Basically, we're waiting on the top 2 to see when they pit. I think it's going to be the 21 first, obviously. And will Gavin take 4 tires and try to catch the 25 at the end? Maybe win that way, but I still think that 99 in 7th place has the best chance, or maybe Tony and Dan Park with pitting in lap 63 have a chance to win these races. And actually, Gutierrez, am I correct? Angel Gutierrez just pit. That leads Gavin Wintermew to the race lead. What strategies are going on that the 25 pits now before the 21? I don't. Unless the 25 is going to take 4 tires now and try to beat everybody that way. I don't see anybody else really pitting. And now the 25 is going to be back in traffic, driving through the field. When will the 21 pit now? Gavin does not pit this time. And if I'm right, you can make it 20 laps of gas. He would have to pit on 77. "25" picked a really interesting strategy for sure, which I do not think is going to work out now. Because where did the 25 fall to? Gavin pits this time. And we go to Voiles now, who takes the race lead. When will the 38 pit? Tony about 1.2 behind him, 1.1 now. I still think the 99 has the best chance. Fuel-wise. Different strategies happening all over the track now. Angel is 14th though. 13th. From where they pit. So I think they only took a splash in the 25. Gavin came out 16th. And he's definitely got time. Probably took tires, I assume, in the 21. 38 and 20 are still staying out together. Dan Park stays out. Mike Bliss and Hodek all stay out. You know, I just realized Dan Park lapped 63 along with Tony Stewart, so they can go one more than the 38. Hodek still lapped 64. Best chance, I think. He'd be right on the money for 20 laps. Angel's about 19 seconds, 11th place right now for the 25. Gavin 23 back in 16th. I think they both have screwed their races. Or at least the race win. Will the 38 of Loyalty be able to go past pit road again? Is he gonna cruise to a race victory here in the 38? Tony Stewart hounding him? Not really, about a second and a half back. I don't think the 38's saving gas at all. I do think the 20 might be. Maybe that's why he's getting a little bit slower. Dan Park has Mike Bliss right behind him. Not really, sorry, he's got Lingerfelt right behind him. I still think the 99 has the best shot fuel-wise. The pitting lap 64. So we'll wait and see. Because they got 4 laps to go. Voyle still stays out for another lap. Can Tony catch back up to him if the 38 can make it on gas? I'm not quite sure if he can. I do think the 99 of them are maybe trying to play the fuel game as it feels like they're getting further and further back. Maybe the 38 knows he's not going to make it. So he's just playing the long game. Hodek. Maybe just trying to salvage and get the top 5. Knowing it'll be a great points effort for him today. Angel Gutierrez back into the top 10. 17 seconds back now. And Voiles pits this time. Stewart stays out for one more lap. How far can these guys all go? Will the 25 still prevail here? Will everybody run out of fuel and it'll just go back to the 25 who pit early just to make sure they can make it? Definitely more people on pit road now. What will Tony do? Tony's still going to go another lap. This is going to bring him to 2 to go this time by. Dan Park stays out another lap. Bliss, Hodak, Harvick, Kane. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Or still pitting, or staying out. Jesus Christ. This still makes me believe the 99 has the best shot if these guys end up running out in the last lap. Tony still has gas. Mike Bliss, I'm surprised is still out here. Now, if these guys don't pit, like Tony is not pitting, the 25 misjudged the gas by a lot. 1 lap to go for the 20 of Tony Stewart. Dan Park, Mike Bliss, Hodak, Harvick, and Kane. Looks like they all are going to make it. Some people could, some people couldn't, it looks like. Will the 20 make it all the way around, though? I think Mike Bliss is the big one. Will he make it around? Hitting a lap 62. Tony coming off of turn number 3 here at Pocono. And Stewart's going to come around to win here at Pocono. Dan Park going to get second. Mike Bliss third. Hodak fourth. Kevin Harvick fifth. Casey Kane sixth. Matthew Hubert seventh. Eighth is Angel Gutierrez. Ninth, Dale Jarrett. And 10th is Devin Smith. And the battle for last on the lead lap. Will Devin Smith get the run off of turn 3? Can he get Jesse Adams at the line? He will. Hey. Now we wait for everybody to... 25 and the 21 could have both played that race a lot better, and they both blew it away. At least Angel Gutierrez still got a top 10, good for them, but they could have gotten a win and more points, but they did not. Last week's winner, 36 points leader, 34th. The points gonna get really shaken up again. Where did Wintermew finish? He got 13th, so it's not horrible, but could have been better. Oh, somebody ran out of gas. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Was it Mike Bliss? Nope, Michael Waltrip ran out of gas or something. Now the 18-minute problem. Alright, there you go. I think Ben's out of gas. Come on. God damn it. Now we gotta wait for the 18. Well, Dan, you had a better race this time if you're still here. Come on. We need every car to finish. Toe or something. So to count the points. Alright. Come on, Ben Park's car. Waiting on you. What the hell? Taking too long to do this. Did this one time where if you don't wait for all the cars, it just doesn't count the points. Maybe if your car goes halfway, it'll tow like it normally does. Let's see, is he gonna hit the wall? Okay, there we go. We'll close this. And we'll review the results. Tony Stewart gets the win after leading 10 laps today over Dan Park, Mike Bliss, Mitchell Hodak, Kevin Harvick, your top 5. Hodak also led 3 laps today. Angel Gutierrez, who dominated the race, but Harvick top 5, Kane, Hubert, Angel Gutierrez, Dale Jarrett, Devin Smith. Hubert comes back 7th. Or sorry, Angel Gutierrez comes back 8th, leading 57 of the 84 laps today. Gavin Wintermute led 9-1 for Rusty, 4 for Voiles. I don't think anybody at the bottom did. Nope, but fastest lap goes to Cal Petty, who finished a lap down. Let's go look at the new point standings. It is now Tony Stewart, 7 points over Dan Park, 10 points over Mike Blissdale, Jarrett 50 back, Harvick, Rusty Wallace, Matt Kenseth, Lingerfeld, Todd Bodine, Angel Gutierrez, your top 10. Your last week's winners back to 11th. There's a lot of up and down in this points. Uh, yeah, so your best average finish looks like it is Mike Bliss third in points, but Tony and Dan have still earned more points than him. Uh, yeah, most top tens Mike Bliss with 3, 2 for Hubert, 2 for Devin Smith. A lot of people have 2, including your points leader, who has 2 top 5s out of the 2 top 10s, and a win. As for top 5s, you have, it looks like 5 drivers. Tony, Dan, what the fuck? Kenny, Lingerfelt, Harvick, Dan, and Tony Stewart all have 2 top 10 or 2 top 5s, sorry. As for laps completed, looks like it we have I wonder if that's how many we've actually run. You have Tony, Mike Bliss, Dale Jarrett, Rusty, Todd, Michael Waltrip, Bone Adams, Cropley, and Adams have all finished all the laps, it looks like. And then laps led, something I like to look at every time. Harvick has the most laps led at 74 over Angel, Markle, Cropley, Stewart, Quapple, Emerson, and Gavin, who've all led double-digit laps. And you still got quite a few people who have had no laps led, zeros across the board for a lot of people. And as for incidents, which I guess there's a lot more than we thought, Benton Park has the most incident points over Emerson, Cropley, Quapple. Quite a bit of people have a lot. And other than that, I don't think we have, like, we've had what? 4 different winners. Tony, Harvick, Merkel, and Mark Martin have all won so far in the first 4 races. And the points, here you go. If you want to see where you are, there's the top 18, or sorry, there's the top 16. There's the top 17 to 33. And rounding out your field is Biffle. He is got an average finish of 35th right now. Biffle's not having a good year. Same Christian Bracken, Zimmerman, Dave Blaney, Ben Park, Bill Elliott, Voiles, Kane, Provost, and Matthew Huber can all be having better seasons. Let's go look at the overview. We will be seeing you guys next time at Homestead and Watkins Glen. Peace out, guys.